All right. Hey, Stewie. If you could give props to one player tonight or one play from the game, who would you give your props to?
Oh, um, if I had to pick one player, I would give props to Sloop. Like the way that she came in, she continued to just change the energy. She got downhill on a few layups, a few kicks to myself, to Aaliyah, and it was like the spark off the bench that we needed.
Question for both of you. Obviously, first night tonight. What was different tonight? How does it feel right now, and what was different tonight?
Uh, Actually, look, I don't think it was too much different. I go back and watch our games. We've been winning. We've been in every game that we played in, maybe except for one. And we just talked about just being able to finish games. And I felt like tonight they did a great job of just being calculated in the going into the fourth quarter, just being calculated with the possessions. Sloot was really big. Aaliyah still. I mean, everybody played their minutes tonight. So this is one of those things about finishing games. I told the group we could have coming in tonight. We could easily been 3-1. So looking at starting out 0-4, it's not indicative of how we've been playing. So tonight was just all about finishing the game.
Great. And I guess just adding on to that, Phil, more so for you, what was different this week in practice?
A lot more playing for us. I feel like I put the ladies behind the gun a little bit. The first few days, the first couple of weeks was really a lot about trying to implement some principles of how to guard and things like that. And I don't think we played enough. And so this week, we really got after it and just kind of played and really helped them just try to get a rhythm with each other. And you can kind of see they were a lot more comfortable on the floor tonight.
Great. And then building off of that, Aaliyah hitting the game winner. How have you seen her sort of grow across these last few weeks?
Man, she's got some great vets that she's with every day. And man, she's an incredibly hard worker. Like she puts a lot of pressure on herself in terms of wanting to be good, wanting to be perfect. I just love her competitive spirit. She competes. Like she competes on both sides of the ball. She can guard. She's physical, and then just her confidence. Right? We talked about her just being comfortable, just doing different things, and not too far out of, you know, what she's going to do for her team, but just can you expand your game a little bit? And she's doing it every day.
Right. And again, the first missed win from the format in the fourth fee, I'm sorry, Stewie. Could you elaborate sort of on what that was like getting the first win in that format and what it's like to play in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think that in all of our games except one, like the fourth quarter is really exciting, because you always have a chance. And we came out and it was like, all right, we've gotten punched in the face enough times. Like now it's our turn to kind of dictate what we want, and we did that starting defensively. But big shout out to Lee too. I mean, I shouted out Sloop, but Lee shot 8 for 9. She smoked the layup that I passed to her, but made it when it mattered most. And I think with this group, it's like everybody's like, oh, you guys haven't won, blah 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 blah. But we continue to show up. We continue to have fun, and we know that this thing is a marathon, not a sprint, and we're just gonna continue to grind it out.
We'll go to John Bori on Zoom.
Hey, I had a question for Coach Handy and for Stewie. For Coach Handy, I wanted to know, you had every single player that played scored in double figures. I wanted to know what was the offensive game plan to get everybody involved tonight.
Well, look, every day we come in, I'm charging these ladies to work on their skill. So, we do a lot of skill stuff every day as well. And it's really just about being aggressive. 3-on-3, there's so much space on the floor. So if everybody's in the wheelhouse of being aggressive, and I told them today, they've been putting in a lot of work. And so I just asked them today, man, trust your work. Trust the work that you've been putting in. And look, they all have a game that they can play. And so I'm charging these ladies to all be aggressive and play with each other and just take what the defense gives you. And I think that's what you saw tonight.
And then for Stewie, I wanted to ask, I mean, you nearly had a double-double. I wanted to ask, how did you attack the Vinals defense in key situations this game?
Yeah, I mean, I was, really trying to get out in transition, like push the pace, get into the paint and make them have to choose. Like, especially off of misses, you're always in a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1, and really just setting the tone, getting to the free throw line, and when push came to shove at the end, like making sure we got good looks.
Thank you, Stu. Thank you, Coach.
And last question in the room.
All right, Stewie, as one of the co-founders of the league, can you just speak to the early success that the league has having?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really proud of what we've done here to launch Unrivaled and continue to grow it night in and night out. Like, you guys see the products on Friday, Saturday, and Monday, but you don't see all the work that, you know, the entire staff and everyone is doing behind it. So it takes a village, but we knew that there's a space for this in our sport, and, you know, really just appreciating the people that we have here, from the staff to the players to everyone behind the scenes, and knowing that, you know, this is going to change the dynamic of women's basketball.
And how do you see it like growing in the future?
I mean, I think, you know, how I see it growing is those that didn't come, they're going to want to be a part of this. You know, everybody's going to want to be a part of this. Because I don't want to say they're off season, because this is a separate season. You know what I mean? And just knowing that, you know, we'll probably eventually need a bigger venue, because it's sold out. It's the hottest ticket in Miami, and we could probably get a few more thousand in here.
Thank you both so much. Appreciate it.
See you tomorrow.